it's no real coincidence that all the wealthiest people that I know, they started regular, old-fashioned businesses. They weren't sexy, they weren't new ideas, they didn't take venture capital money, and many of them don't even consider themselves entrepreneurs. The way that the media portrays entrepreneurship with Shark Tank, TechCrunch, idolizing folks like Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, isn't really, in my mind, a good example of entrepreneurship. It's not a good, accurate description of somebody who's an entrepreneur. So what we have is a lot of smart people who can do incredible things, that think they have to try to change the world, that think they have to try to bring on outside investment, that think they have to try to do a bunch of incredible things to become an entrepreneur, when that's just not the case. An entrepreneur is somebody who seizes opportunities and just carves out a little small piece of the pie. So if you are intimidated by entrepreneurship, and for good reason, many people are, because they think they have to be spectacular and raise a bunch of money and try to invent the next new big idea. That's not the way it works. You can do something that other people already do, that isn't a new idea, that's not exceptionally risky, and you can build a big, healthy business over time that way, that gives you the lifestyle you want. I mean, everybody thinks wealth is 100 million plus. In my opinion, wealth is having the money to do what you want to do when you want to do it with your time. You're not trading your time for money anymore. And so many people, again, the wealthiest people that I know, they didn't have new ideas. They didn't have big ideas. They didn't do anything particularly risky. They just went out and started a business doing something simple. There were already competitors. They were competing with folks who, look around town here. There are people who make a ton of money that don't do anything well and that don't embrace technology. So those two things, it's a huge opportunity for an entrepreneur who wants to focus on doing the little things right and wrap their business in technology and compete with them. I'm an example of that. I'm buying a self-storage facility. In about 3 weeks, we'll be closing on it. And the owner probably makes $200,000 a year off the self-storage facility. And he doesn't use any software. He actually hand writes the ledgers. He doesn't take credit card. He takes cash or check. He makes customers drive across town to get a lock instead of using a motorized keypad and gate. You can't rent on his website. You can't rent a unit on his website. So that's what I do. I don't do anything different. I operate a self-storage facility, just make it a little bit better, carve out a little bit of piece of the pie, cut the expenses, and I can get mine. No new ideas, no revolutionary mindset. It's about doing the little things and growing. And so many people don't understand that about business.